Why have the concurrence been capped at 2, YouTube? Why is it that for the first, like, 10 minutes that it was capped at 0? You lied about the amount of people that were in the stream for the first 10 minutes. And then all we saw was instantly 2 concurrents show up in the stream. And it's been capped at 1 and 2, just the same 1 and 2 police that are sitting in here stalking my entire family and scamming my streams as we sit in here and we just try to stream. So again, I'll ask you, YouTube, for the past 20 minutes, why have I only seen the same 1 and 2 concurrents that then cause the streams to be scammed? And why does this always happen after you halt my views, after you sit there and you allow these police to go in and halt my views and halt my trending? You saw how people were watching that stream last night, and you saw that after it got to a certain number and was not going to stop, they sat there and they removed about 20 or 30 views from the stream and then halted it. Is what they did, just like they do with any of the streams that we have. So again, this is just the state police stalking and harassing me and my entire family, because again, they've allowed all of this harassment to go on this platform. They've been called, they've been informed of it, they've been shown proof of all this going on, of somebody stalking, impersonating police, harassing my family, saying sexual things in my chat, and all kinds of stuff. So again, you know, this is all, of course, happening after years and years of them just breaking things for my channel, just endlessly breaking things for the channel. Kind of like all the other stuff that they've been breaking and destroying remotely through the stream. Kind of like that, almost like terrorists work for the police, and the police are terrorists, and they're sitting here and they're trying to figure out how to attack anybody that's anti-Donald Trump, that's against Donald Trump, that's against MAGA agenda. Because again, this is all about that. This is all about that. So we'll just continue documenting and showing this to the lawyer, showing again that the entire stream from right at the very start, there was 0, it was capped at 0, all the way up to 10 minutes. And instantly we had those same 2 concurrents in here that just sit in here and cause problems for the stream. And you see exactly that. You see that's all that's been happening, exactly what's been happening the entire time that we've been streaming, that these police, these stalkers, that are just apparently the state police, because again, we reported all this stalking and harassment to them, all the death threats and all the sexual harassing things that have been said over the years that this person has been impersonating family members, stalking them, harassing me, using them, and all kinds of things to cost us money, to try to steal things from us, and to lie on court documents, to lie, to throw people in jail, to incriminate people, and to otherwise, you know, use this as a way to, you know, just incriminate Americans and terrorize U.S. citizens. Because again, they just really can't stand it when you're sitting there and you're talking about Donald Trump and you're right. So they sit there and they use judges, corrupt judges, and all kinds of stuff. So again, we're just going to continue documenting. And I see that for the first time we have exactly 3 concurrents in here. Just no more, no less. No real trending. Just, again, indicators that people are listening to the stream and monitoring the stream. But no real trending in here to speak of. You know, just literally just continued harassment from the state police and interference, you know, otherwise in my life to affect this process, to affect anything that I'm trying to do to essentially live my life. You know, anything that would appear where I'm you know, I'm at least living moderately safe and doing okay, this entity wants to make sure that that's not the case. And that's definitely always been the case, that this person has harassed my life, reached in and caused others to feel harassed and stalked as well all around this. And these police are doing this, knowing that they're doing this, because again, we report it to them, and it takes them all day to respond to the call. It takes them all day. I tried to call them multiple times, and one cop just hung up. Yep. And again, now we have interference with the stream as I say this. Conveniently, as I say this, I indicate that the state police don't take harassment and terrorism seriously. That they themselves do this. They drive around in their vehicles and pressure people to drive faster off the clock. They swerve around all over the place. And then they go ahead and pass laws trying to prevent people from recording them doing this, all while labeling these laws and masking them as things that, you know, like somebody dies in a texting and driving incident, so we'll label the law after that person to trick people into going along with this, so that people think, oh, it's about texting and driving, but really it's about all the stuff I've been showing you, where the police aren't doing anything about the people in this area that are just recklessly driving, swerving around all over the place, tailgating people, pressuring them to drive faster, illegally passing people, literally just the crime going on in this area. And it's all the police. It's all the state police. And then conveniently, again, we just have absolutely no trending, just the same two concurrents that have been in the stream the entire time. Yeah, so again, this is a scam for these police to harass my family. And don't worry, what they're going to do is they're going to use this to incriminate your family and harass your family and throw people in jail for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Because that's what they do. They lie on court documents, they just randomly arrest people for absolutely no reason. And, you know, they get corrupt judges involved. You know, just real pieces of shit. You know, just real pieces of shit. And, you know, this is what they do. They sit here and they watch your stream and they just get angry. And, so, you know, like, you can't, like if you're just saying stuff, this is what YouTube knows. YouTube is fully aware of this. YouTube knows that if you're just like, doing that they're just going to harass you and do this because, YouTube's dealt with this before. So YouTube facilitates all these scams and this illegal stuff right in broad daylight, right under everybody's noses. And, meanwhile, you have fucking assholes that live within arm's reach that, like essentially just kind of like drive around like jackasses and, literally just speed around all over the place, tailgate people, swerve around all over the place, and then, any chance they get, they pass people when they think nobody's looking. And, that's what everybody is in this area. And so that's the point, is the people in this area that want to be in this area and want to protect themselves can't, because the police in this area just want to target people and harass them if they're against Trump. It's all a terrorist attack. It's all a very organized terrorist attack. Anytime I see those capped concurrents, that 1 and 2, that 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then again, like I said, as I say it and I state that this is happening, you see that third concurrent push through to try to like justify that there's a third one, But, if I go into the live control room, it's not going to be there. They're literally just going to have lied about it. And the purpose of that is to facilitate the scam where YouTube causes a scam by capping these, by having me bring up on my browser or something else, some other device that I have while I'm streaming the other stream. So that way this person has now 2 different devices that they can sit there and they can use the data from to figure out your location and all the data that you're using to either hide your stream or whatever you're doing to, essentially just try to exist on the internet and stream without being stalked and harassed. And so this is what the state police do. This is what they have been doing. Basically, ever since I've been streaming, all they've been doing is using illegal means to harass and stalk my family and lying and just doing all these illegal things. And it's just the state police doing it. And I was lied to by several cops. Literally, they're just liars. They do not make it a habit of being honest. I'll be honest with you, though. The amount of times I had a cop try to create a situation where he was trying to figure out if I was being honest with him or not is ridiculous. That can be said about anybody. So the fact that they're just so abhorrently dishonest, especially in the state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania State Police are extremely dishonest. Yeah, the Pennsylvania State Police are, they must be terrorists or something. Because, they're the ones getting calls about all these, like basically my address being doxed all over this place. These are federal laws for these things. And these fucking assholes are literally just not doing anything. They're pretending like they don't know. I flat out told the cop to his face there's federal laws about this. He didn't deny that. He literally didn't deny it. He did not correct me. He didn't deny it. Yep, not once. So again, we'll just get that body cam footage and we'll proceed forward proving this scam. And again, I want to show you, again, as this second concurrent comes in the stream, proving that they're listening to what I'm saying. They come in the stream and show that they're listening to what I'm saying. They're literally showing you that there's no other people in here. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2. Literally the whole time, just 1 and 2 concurrents. This is a lie. It's just the same way that they break everything else that they lie about when they sit here and they manipulate streamers as terror attacks. So let me ask you a question. Did anybody ever randomly die around you? And it seemed really bullshit. Like it sucked, and maybe something was going on with them anyway. So they were gonna use this as like that other thing. Well, this person was gonna, they were only a few months away anyway, or something really was going wrong anyway, or something like that, where you could arguably use something to explain it, and then this person dies because of like a freak accident, or because, you know, they just disappeared, they just got off stream one day and just didn't come back, you know, and like almost like, you know, again, using these things as things to, you know, basically just kill people. Does anybody ever notice that? Where, like, you know, there just seems to be a lot of streamers, and a lot of times, you know, things where streamers just, you know, have these people that just sometimes just randomly, you know, like that just happens, you know? And, you know, there's always, like, something else lingering around. So, like, you ever wonder why, like, there's this something else, like, they created this whole thing? Yeah, it's sort of like I said, it's sort of like, again, when you sit here and you actually try to say that there's a normal thing going on in here. There's one person just sitting in here. One. It's just one concurrent. And then there's another second one just back and forth as I say anything about this. And then as I confirm this, they just push a third one or a fourth one or a fifth one through to just try to momentarily make it seem like it's not actually happening. Like, literally, as I'm confirming this. Literally, the very second that I'm confirming this, they always push these other ones through. Conveniently right then. And then remember, when my control room on my PC is open, they have to sit there and they have to fuck around with the graph to get it to actually record that so that they can lie to you momentarily and then just take them off later. The police are coming in this stream as they're out on patrol, and they're watching the stream. And they've been reporting this to their chief and the people back at their station, and what they're doing is they're lying. They're just saying, oh, well, we're getting reports or this and that. Who? Come here and talk to me then. I want you to come here and I want you to tell me, I want you to have the balls to lie to my face and actually try to tell me that. And tell me that any of these are credible. I want you to have the balls and tell me that you have the right, that while you're on the fucking clock, you're sitting here and you're watching my stream because you like Trump and you can't take the fact that you're wrong and you're a goddamn terrorist and you're actually sitting there doing this. You're proving it. You're watching my stream while you're on the clock. Who the fuck is sitting in here right now? Just sitting in here, causing problems. All of you sit here and you harass people with the intent to do this for the MAGA agenda, for the Trump agenda. Never did I see such disgusting behavior out of Americans until this fucker. Never. Never in my life did I see such disgusting behavior out of Americans until this fucker. And day in and day out, my family is lied about and harassed and stalked. And you know, it doesn't go unnoticed that some stupid fuckers like to linger around, even though they owe money. Money is owed from them. Yet they're lingering around trying to steal things. Yeah. How about you go fuck yourself? How about that? How about you literally just go fuck yourself? How about that? And again, to the state police doing this, you're just proving to the lawyer and everybody else that you're doing it, because you just keep constantly showing us that you're doing absolutely nothing about this stalker when there's like literally this guy violated federal laws. Daily my devices are being screwed with. You can easily see the numbers are being messed with. I've already proven this. I've gone to great lengths to prove this. You have seen the screenshots. The FCC have seen the screenshots. Yes, the FCC has seen literally Google and YouTube ignore all these, like, there's just all these fucking screenshots of this guy doxing my street address all over YouTube for literally 8 fucking months. And, not to mention the fact that for the first several years I was on this platform, you didn't answer a single report. Yeah, the FCC is already aware of this because, remember, the FCC investigated Google and found out they were the cause of this, and they leaked this Wi-Fi data. And I've got news for you. All that's happening is, again, police are just people that are fucking Trump voters and terrorists in this country. So, since they literally can't take the fact that they're wrong about shit, what they do is they lose some sort of debate on social media or get angry watching my stream, right? So then the next day they go to work and they start using their police computer while they're sitting on the clock watching my stream. They're looking me up, or looking you up, or looking up the whole situation. They're getting angry. They're just like, man, there's nothing. Man, what am I supposed to, there's nothing I can, and they're just getting really, really mad. So now they just, they have to just like, they have to meddle. They have to just create, so they create this whole situation, and they just fucking lie about everything. They just fucking, you said this, people just believe them because, they're police, even though, again, police were literally just caught lying. Go watch Ray William Johnson's channel because his new channel's amazing. He's talking about all these stories. They arrested Afro Man really just fucking randomly. Just out of nowhere they arrested this guy. Out of fucking nowhere. And long story short, he is smart enough to call the press to be there when he's counting his money because he knows that the police are the slimy motherfuckers that they are. And yep, as he calls the press, as they're counting his money and giving it back to them because they were ordered to give it back to him because they fucking took all his cash they found in his house for no fucking reason whatsoever. And remember, go watch Ray William Johnson's story on this. I'm not going to give you all the details because there's some really juicy details. Go watch his. But yeah, they stole some fucking money. Counting it right there in front of him, he was several $100s short. Go watch Ray's video, seriously. Seriously, go watch the details. It's a terrible, terrible thing that is happening right now. Where police are just attacking citizens and fucking lying. And you see this bullshit, you see right on YouTube it happening. You see them using their fucking tools to try to figure out how to literally terrorist attack your home. The state police are actually organizing and trying to figure out how to short circuit things in your house. I shit you not, they are trying to figure out how to use power lines and radio frequencies to transmit signals from the stream to short circuit things in your fucking house. These terrorists that work for the fucking state police are sitting here trying to figure out how to weaponize RF signals. Do you remember how I told you the one day I couldn't explain why the radio station in my car was randomly just playing, like literally the live radio station from the radio station, not something recorded, a broadcast was repeating itself on loop. And we're not talking about a mistake because they would have caught that. They would have been like, sorry folks, this is a tape from yesterday or whatever. No, we're talking about a broadcast that after it played, it would then play a second thing of what it just said 10 seconds later. And it just kept doing this over and over and over. And we're not talking about, this station, I researched it. It's not a thing that they were doing. I looked it up. They do some funny stuff sometimes, but this was not intentional. This was not something that was supposed to happen. This was something that just randomly happened all around them trying to orchestrate other things that were starting to happen. And I got news for you. It's just the state police. Yeah, so somebody somewhere along the way is literally a fucking asshole. And all these other people are lying for him. He's literally a piece of shit. And he's doing this, and he's trying to, he's terrorizing people. All these Nazis are police, basically. Yeah. What a great America. What a great Trump America. Bunch of faggots that wear badges thinking that they're cops. Yeah. So, I sure hope that somebody goes and researches that guy and looks into the guy that's been sitting in this stream the entire time, orchestrating all this. And by the way, he does sit in the stream pretty often. He is in this stream very often. That's why it's all scammed out. He is trying to remove all evidence of that. He's trying to hide his IP, changing his IP. He is using that VPN like crazy. He's not very talented. He's just using like VPNs and stuff like that. This guy's a fucking retard. He's not a talented hacker. He probably doesn't even know how to hack. If he knew how to hack, I'd be hacked by now. This guy is sitting here doxing, stalking, and using illegal means to spread our data because he has our database from his little police computer. And then he sits there like he's literally just like the worst little fucking piece of shit that you can imagine. So, like, I don't know who the fuck hired this little fucking piece of shit. But this little fucking piece of shit, again, all you gotta do is sit here and look at the stream and see how many different times the same person changed their IP, watching this stream, came in and out of the stream. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go right ahead. You'll see it. That's what's been happening. And that's exactly why you see the 1 2 1 2 0 1 2. He's literally sitting here changing his IP, coming in the stream, changing his IP, coming in the stream, and Google is facilitating it because Google's removing all those views knowing it's one person. So why the fuck, knowing this one person's doing this and knowing who this person is, that they've been fucking around doing all these illegal things, why are they facilitating this? Why did they go 8 months for a year and let this person dox my fucking street address all over YouTube? Why is Google allowing this and facilitating this? Why is Google facilitating police scams? Yeah. And if I were you, I'd be very concerned for the safety of the President of the United States. Because I'm not the guy you have to worry about. I was the guy several days ago telling you I'd take a bullet for the man. Meanwhile, I don't care for him. Yeah, I don't want him in office. Fuck Donald Trump. But I'd still do my duty if I was Secret Service or anybody else, just like I'd see anybody else in danger. Because that's what you do. Yeah. There's a difference between brave and bold, and there's a difference between the faggots with the badges right now. Know the difference. Like, seriously. Currents are still capped at 2. I haven't seen a single thing above 2. Currents are still capped at 2. I haven't seen a single thing above 2. YouTube is capped and lying about the concurrence in this stream. Concurrents are capped at 2. Haven't seen a single thing above 2. Except until we start talking about it, then they start not lying, and they start shifting a third one in. I did that twice in a row when we mentioned it, and then that's it. Went back down to 1, started lying down again. Just like all the other scams we've seen on this platform, where they momentarily adjust and don't ever actually fix the thing they're breaking. Just like everything else on this platform. Again, the views halt. They literally just halt and then they subtract some that are legitimate. Just like we see on all these streams where we upload a stream, and then after uploading the stream, uploading the short, it sits there for an entire fucking year at the exact same view count that it's gotten the first fucking day. Why the fuck would it have the same exact view count that it had the entire first fucking day that it was uploaded? Because you halted the views and start fucking lying every single fucking day after that? I'll bet I'd have fucking millions on some of those shorts. I'll bet. But you fucking lying. And then you take the money. Yep, somebody's using my credentials and taking my money. And YouTube and Google are facilitating. And all the while creating we have a defamation of character situation going on here. So we have arguably hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages for just one person, and when you add it up to all the people that it's affected, it's several millions of dollars in damages. And that's not as per me, that's as per the lawyer. He said when you add it all up, at all these people that they've been impacting over the time that they've been doing this, you know, all the people that where they're taking their views and doing something with them, you know, like they're taking people's legitimate views and they're doing something with it. That's what they're doing. That's all they're doing. And then they're using it somehow. And then they're not even compensating me, because the moment they would, the data broker would become aware of what they're doing. That's why. Yeah, so that's why they're not compensating me and they're creating a scam out of that. Because if YouTube started compensating me, the data broker that goes through my data would immediately realize that they've been using my data for a long time to allow somebody else to steal money and make money using my name. And that Google's been facilitating this scam against me for over 10 years, over a decade actually, ever since I had my martial arts school. So, they've been continuing to facilitate this scam and using people around me to make money, advertise, and then somebody else is just stealing my credentials. But we won't tell you everything we can prove. If we do that, then they know exactly what angle to take. Which is why they feel so justified to sit here and cap the concurrence. They still feel like they could actually win to be doing this. Even though, at the end of the day, we will show that we have 20 plus emails from Google and YouTube employees indicating that they were aware of the situation, do in fact have policies for the situation, and can and did not remove the person that was doing the stalking and the harassing. Did not. Can and did not. And still has not. The person still exists. They're just hiding because they know we reported it to law enforcement. So, one must rationalize and justify. That means that law enforcement is involved. Because when they found out, all that happened was this person went into hiding and then proceeded to still sit there and cause all of these problems with the devices behind the scenes, and come in my chat doxing real people's names. He's still doing that. He's still coming in chat doxing real people's names. This is the same guy that came in my chat speaking sexual things about female family members. This is the same guy that came in my chat speaking sexual things about female family members that he stalked on Facebook and found out about. I did not tell him about any of these people. All he did was stalk the Facebook. He was making fake Facebook accounts, impersonating family members. This piece of shit stalker, one can only justify that this piece of shit stalker, some police officer paid this person, and right now we still have the evidence of stream manipulation where they're trying to use things to... Do you remember how the stream kept breaking up when I was e-biking? Yeah, I had plenty of signal. And then there was like all that audio missing later. Yeah, remember when he was doing that too? When I was like drumming on the steering wheel and stuff? And then I proved later that if he couldn't make the stream cut out, what he was going to do is he was going to sit here and actually use illegal invasive means to remove audio from my stream later on, which is what they did. They sat there after I proved that, you know, it like literally like it wouldn't happen under certain you know, circumstances. After I proved that like literally he's just using certain things to drop the signal, so that way it causes those problems, even though again we still have full bars. When I proved this, again, all he did was after the fact use the illegal invasive means to start removing audio from the stream. Like chunks of audio. Just completely gone after the fact. I'm sure you guys heard that. I'm sure you guys were watching. And like, that was frustrating. What was that, you know? Well, that was Google and YouTube facilitating this stalker use illegal means to use their system to edit that stream. That's all. And this is a terrorist attack. This person used to be very aggressive, and all the way up even until a week ago. Yeah, we're still doing this even a week ago, acting aggressive with this, disappeared into nothing. And then as soon as we start talking about Donald Trump again, as soon as we mention that Donald Trump doesn't do anything, and everything that he does is basically just, you know, something he tries to claim credit for that Joe Biden did or Obama actually did, and he just fucking lies. He literally isn't doing it. And we start proving this, and he's very triggered by this. So this is all that happened, where recently he disappeared, removed all the stuff, got real scared, hid who he was, changed his name on YouTube, but then all of a sudden came out of nowhere, doxing in my chat right after the stream where we discussed that again. And, you know, this has happened before. This kind of pretty regular with this person. And if these people would act like this, would behave this way. This pattern is indicative of the behavior that I have seen from people that are MAGA, that claim to be protesting, but instead they show up to destroy things. They're just terrorists. And then we have peaceful protests in California And you have faggots like Asmongold showing like the one or two like police cruisers being vandalized and stuff like that. Where like just people, just assholes are using that, you know, like the protests and all the police and stuff, since they're distracted, they're using that to do those things. Because they know that the police will have a slow response time. So that's all. Like, it has nothing to do with the peaceful protests. These are different people. If anything, they're probably the MAGA doing it. And then you have faggots like Asmongold that don't even understand that. Like, he's so caught up in trying to be right that he sits there and he just fucking talks about stupid shit that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. So, the point is, these people exist everywhere. And they shouldn't be cops. They shouldn't be able to sit here and stalk and harass your entire family, lie on court documents, manipulate people, and sit here and manipulate situations to look a certain way. Because that's called incrimination. And this is literally what they do. They're trained to do it. That they are trained to incriminate. It is a systemic problem. We see other people. I know I mentioned audit, but we see other channels talking about this too. It ain't just them. Those channels making waves with this. Yet we're being interfered with. Yeah, there's channels making waves with this, yet we're being interfered with. Well, we know why that is, right? I already said why that is. I said a long time ago, I was completely honest. And ever since I did, I had all these problems and was stalked and harassed incredibly bad. Yeah. That's all that happened. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. It's interesting how police will lie. And police will also ask you questions and proceed to try to continue talking to you about something, even after you've made it obvious that you want them to fuck off. And that's pretty obvious. They will continue asking invasive questions and being real harassing in nature. And this is just how police are. They want to, anytime they're embarrassed by something, or like they acted wrong or something like that, they can't admit this. They have like PTSD over admitting that they're wrong or something, and so they sit there and they lie. They ruin people's lives. I told you, YouTube, we would sit here and just talk about this the entire fucking stream. Because again, you're facilitating this. This is your fucking platform. You are allowing these faggots, and you know you are. You're allowing these faggots to do this. But no, we're not talking about gay people. We don't call gay people faggots. That's not very nice. There's no reason to do that. We call assholes faggots. We call entitled police faggots. That's what we do. Yes, we call them retarded fucking faggots. See, this is what they want. They want you to be afraid of these words. They want you to be afraid of these words so that they can use that to manipulate you. Oh, that's bad. Oh, those are fighting words. Oh, I'm offended. They want you to feel this way. It's all the police. Remember when there was a call for demilitarizing police? Yeah, they got scared. Yeah, all these fucking MAGA police officers got fucking scared that they're gonna take your guns. They got scared. They're gonna take their guns and shit like that. So what they did was they started playing mind games with these people on social media and started harassing them and finding out that all they have to do is harass them and learn about them, and they could really fuck some shit up with their lives. So that's what a lot of them started doing, and that's all they're doing now. And you still see the 1 and 2 concurrence. Like, you see it as a constant. Like, you see this. Like, it hasn't changed. Like, you see this. Right? Like it literally hasn't changed. It's just 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. It's because these scammers that are doing this want to be the only ones in here, so that way they can sit here and remove all the views later. So they're tricking the algorithm in ways to kick everybody from the stream. Anybody that would be in here, they're using Google's facilitating this too. This is what they're doing. They're using the cancel rhythm to literally just keep everybody out of the stream. And you see the second concurrent cycle into the stream as they confirm that they're doing this. You see that second one cycle in as if they're listening. Well, why are you in the stream? Why are you not in the stream? Again, if it's 1 and 2 concurrents, are you pretending like on a fucking Friday? Are you pretending like there's nobody in a live stream on a fucking Friday? Is this what you're trying to pretend, YouTube? Are you really trying to pretend like on a Friday there wouldn't be a fucking ton of fucking people in here? No, I saw some streams with like literally thousands of people in it earlier, you fucking liars. I saw some fucking streams with like literally like impressive numbers earlier, you fucking liars. You guys are seeing unprecedented numbers and you're not sending any of it this way. Yeah, you guys are seeing numbers like unlike you've seen before, and you're not sending any of it this way. All you're doing is using me and using my entire family, making money. You make $30+ billion a year in advertising revenue. You disgusting motherfucker. Yeah, you're disgusting. You make $30+ billion a year on advertising revenue. And you sat here and scammed me out of making anything. I haven't made a cent for all the work I put into this. Even though you've been putting ads all over my shit for years, I haven't made a cent. Not one dime. YouTube hasn't paid me a fucking cent. Not a dime. Meanwhile, they're sitting here, literally preventing that from happening. Not enabling any of the tools that I meet the prerequisite for, that I've met the prerequisite for over a year. Probably about 2 years now. I gotta call my lawyer. This will be an evidence stream.